Chapter 8C Factorizing Algebraic Expressions. Now we're talking about the easy version of factorizing. Expanding and factorizing are two opposite operations. In fact, we just learned expanding. 2 multiplied by bracket x minus 3 can be expanded by distributing 2 to both x and negative 3. So going towards the right, we are expanding. It can also go backwards, it's reversible, and the process of going backward is called factorizing. In order to factorize, there are 3 steps we need to follow. Finding the highest common factor, take it out, and then put the rest of the terms inside the bracket. The highest common factor. It can be a number, for example, 2x plus 10. Both 2x and 10 plus 10 has a common factor that is 2. So both of them have 2 in them. What do we need to do? So we take 2 out, and you notice that whatever that has been left in the bracket no longer have anything in common, other than that they both have a factor of 1. Okay? 1 is allowed because every number has a factor of 1 in them. But beside that, x and 5 do not have common factors. It can also be a prenumeral. Similarly, x squared and minus 5x, they both have x in them. So we can take x out, and then inside the bracket, x and minus 5 do not have anything in common. So x here is the highest common factor. It can be a product as well. So we can see that compared to the first expression, 2x squared plus 10x, they both have 2 in them. Okay? They also have a x in them. So we have to take both of them out, so in this case, 2x as a product is the highest common factor. You would know that you have taken out the highest common factor when the rest of the term, the leftovers in the bracket, do not have any common factors other than 1. Okay, so x and plus 5 do not have any other common factors. Okay, so now we know that 2x is the highest common factor. Well, it can also be a binomial. So in this case, look at this expression, 3 times a bracket and x times a bracket. We notice that the 2 terms in the bracket are exactly the same. So they are the same bracket. They are the same binomial. Therefore, we can take that binomial out here and then leave 3 and plus x inside the bracket. Now, because it's a binomial, so we have to keep the bracket on. Maybe for you, it does not look like we have taken the factor out. But it is out because x plus y is no longer attached to 3 and x individually, right? They are now outside the bracket, so they're away from the 3 plus x. And you can see that originally our expression has 2 terms, okay? Multiplication, 1 term, x plus multiplication, 1 term. Now, after factorizing, 2 terms again becomes 1 term, even though in each bracket we have a binomial, right? But 2 binomials multiplied together, still 1 term. Now, as an example, find the highest common factor of the following. Right? 6 and 8 both have 2 in them. Okay, and A, B, and A both have A in them. So we need to take out 2 and take out the A at the same time because 2A is the highest common factor. So, and 3x squared and 6xy. So 3 and 6 both have 3. You can take it out. And x squared versus xy both have x. Therefore, the highest common factor in this case will be 3x. Now that we know how to find highest common factor, we can factorize. In the first case, 40 take away 16b. 40 and 16 they should both have 8 as their highest common factor. Well, if you're really good with your multiplication table, here it will help you a lot. Okay? If you don't know if it's 8, you can start by taking out 2 and another 2 and another 2 until that the two numbers 40 and 16 are left with no common factors. Okay. So this expression, we take 8 out. Whatever has left in the bracket, 5 for 40, negative 2b for negative 16b, and you notice that 5 and negative 2b don't really have a common factor. Okay? Then for the second one, your highest common factor is negative 4x. Yes, it can be a negative number. So when we take out negative 4x, okay, whatever has left over, if you look at negative 8x squared, we take out a negative 4x. Whatever is left should be a positive 2x. Similar things happens to the minus 12x, because we take out the minus. So whatever has left should be a positive one. Okay? So when the factor includes the negative sign, when we factorize, then the plus minus sign, the positive negative sign of the term that we take it out, should change to the opposite. So if you were negative, it should become a positive. In the unlikely event, if this is a positive term, so without the negative sign, if I take out a negative 4x, this should become negative in the bracket. Okay? It can also happen. Okay. For the third one, the highest common factor is a binomial. Okay? So when we take out the binomial, how do we look at it? People will be like, okay, I take this one out, so I have nothing left, it will be 0. That's wrong. Okay? Because this binomial should be viewed as this binomial multiplied by 1. Remember, 1 is the most common hidden factor of everything. Okay? Everything can be can be viewed as its multiplier of 1. So you take out 7 take away 2x. If you take that out, you still have 1 that's left here. So as a result, this is the common factor we've taken out. Whatever has left is 1 minus x.